It and today I'm talking about the keys to content creation resilience. So just waiting for Instagram to pop up so I can click and go live. All right, think we're about ready, and it's a go. So I gave myself way over there. So I like going live because I don't have to edit. So I'm talking about the keys to content creation resilience. So I have a few, friends and family who tell me they want to make content, but they're always worried about people's perceptions of them, what people are going to say about them, how people are going to talk about them, etc. And some even say like, I don't want people to talk about me. But you have to realize that people talking about you, period, whether it's good or bad, is a byproduct of being online. Like if people aren't talking about you, right, you're not reaching anyone. So to say you don't want people talking about you is kind of backwards. Like you don't do it for people to talk about you, but you do it, to gain reach, to share your message. If you're not sharing your message and people aren't hearing it, right, they're not going to talk about you, right? But if people are hearing your message, it's a goal for people to talk about what you've discussed. It's a goal for people to talk about, and buy into the message that you have. So you shouldn't be worried about people talking about you. You may be worried about negative comments, right? I don't want people to think negatively of me, right? But at the same time, you have to realize life is life and that not everybody's going to like you, right? So again, don't worry about that type of stuff. Worry about your message. Worry about the value that you're providing to people, and then go forth from there. Like your message and the value that you're providing to people is should be your success metric, right? You providing value, you providing entertainment, you providing thought provoking discussions, uh, and things like that. You providing education, right? So that should be what you're most worried about. Am I creating the content that will educate people on the topic that they're looking for? Like, am I making people laugh, right? If your goal is for entertainment. Am I making people cry? If your goal is entertainment as well, right? But don't worry about the negative comments. So I'm just talking off the top of my head right now, but let me talk on it. So focus on the mission, right? Not the mirror. Shift your focus from how you're being perceived to how much you value what you're providing to the person who actually needs to hear your message. Like I already spoke on that, right? Focus on your mission, right? Focus on the value that you're providing, and then it'll just flow. Like right now, I feel like I'm trying to help someone. I feel like I'm trying to help my friends and family, or people who do watch me, by saying this, because I do know people who do want to create content, but they have this fear. All right. And me telling them not to worry about that and what's important and what to worry about, I feel is helping them. And it's more important for me to help them and help them get over that than it is for me to worry about what someone is saying who doesn't like the message I'm saying, when I don't feel like I'm saying anything wrong, right? I don't feel like I'm giving bad advice by telling you not to worry about what other people think, because people are going to think what they're going to think regardless, whether you're right or whether you're wrong, whether you're good or whether you're bad, right? It's bad people that's not going to like what good people got to say, right? It's bad people that say no snitching, right? Don't snitch, right? On the other hand, it's, hey, you see something, say something, right? There's two different um, areas of thought. So whether you think you're doing good or whether you think you're doing the right thing, right? Someone always, somebody out there is going to say something about it that's negative. So expect that, right? Expect that and know that it's coming. And when it comes, ignore 'em, right? Say thanks for watching, right? Don't care, right? Just know that it's going to happen. I'm from Baltimore, and they say a lot of people like I've been in the Navy for years, but every state you go to, people say people in that state can't drive. They're like, Maryland's a bad drivers, blah, blah, blah. Then you go to Florida, then you talk to military people, Florida's a bad driver. So everybody's a bad driver when they're in a place where they're not used to driving, right? So I'm from Maryland. People may be bad drivers here, people may not be. I've moved all around. But what I do expect is for someone at some time to do something what I call stupid in my mind, right, when driving, right? So I expect that to happen. So therefore, I drive defensively, right? So I keep my space, right? I don't drive up on someone's bumper. I don't like to be between two tractor trailers, right? So make your move. Like, you don't have to not drive, right? Same way you don't have to not make content because someone's going to do something or say something that goes against what you believe should be said or done. Just prepare for it and make sure that you have a way out for when it does come, or have a way to function and proceed when something does happen or when someone does say something. But I wouldn't worry about it too much. What I say is thanks for watching and thanks for the view. All right. All right. The invisible tax of success, again, is what I talked about. It's a byproduct, right? Realize that criticism is often a byproduct of reach. If no one's talking about you, it usually means that you aren't reaching anyone, right? So you want to reach people, right? You want to share the message. You want to help as many people as you can from this microphone, right? So don't say, I don't want people talking about me, right? Your goal is not to have people talking about you. That's not your goal. Your goal may be, like I said, to help people. Make sure you accomplish that goal. Make sure you set out for that with that goal and have that goal in mind, and then just proceed with that, right? Don't worry about the negativity because people are negative, right? People are also positive, right? People are different. So some will be negative, some will be positive, right? And give your energy to the people who giving you positive energy, right? And you'll get positive energy back, right? If people are saying negative things to you and you go cuss them out, you may lose people, right? But it kind of shows a little bit, I think, more, I guess, quality when you just ignore them or say whatever, right? Because to me, like, if someone can't get to you, that's strength, right? If you allow someone to get to you, right? When people say, you made me mad, right? Or they made me angry, to me, that's acknowledging a weakness because people can't make you do anything, in my opinion, right? See, people say stuff to you and you can choose to be mad. You can choose to allow it to get to you. And people, people can say stuff that does upset you, but you can control how you react to that information, right? If people say something to you that's disrespectful, you can go off and yell and scream, or you can laugh in their face because they thought they can get to you, right? So it's different ways to react to different things. So I like to laugh in people's face. I yawn in people's face, right? Like, you're not going to get me to, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of me getting angry at something you said, right? I'm going to know that you're trying to get me angry, right? You're trying to get me upset, and recognize that and go the total opposite direction. And people don't know how to deal with that when they can't control your emotions. So you control your emotions, right? So if someone makes you angry, don't let them make you angry. Take it the total opposite direction. Expect that it's coming. People are going to be negative, right? But people are going to be positive. So expect what's coming. Know that people are going to be negative, and just address it in a way that makes you and puts you in the best light. All right. What else is there? My phone keeps locking. Hold on. one more. I pretty much already hit them on. Third topic: curate your community, not just your content. Curate your community. This is, I always say this: you choose your followers, you choose your community, right? So if people are watching you and they're always saying something negative, you have the power to block them, right? So it's two ways you can take it. Somebody says something negative, they're affecting you, blah, 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 block them, right? Or I like to keep them there. I just be like, thanks for the view, right? I don't give them the satisfaction, but I just tell them, hey, as long as you're sitting here watching me, you're helping me, right? If you have something negative to say, you can say it. I'll ignore you. And you're still here giving me a view. You can put your comments in my comments, and I'll proceed as my day is going, right? Because every comment they have, helps with the algorithm. So I just leave them there. So I won't read it if it's like, if I can tell it's negative, or if I see a normal or regular person that has something negative to say based on my comments or my post. If it's negative, I believe it's going to be negative, and I don't feel like addressing it, and I don't feel like dealing with it. I'll just ignore it. Um, but I won't block them because it's helping with the algorithm. So there's two ways to do it. Again, you curate your community. You can block them or you can ignore them, right? You can delete, you can filter your environment, right? You can filter on words and stuff like that. But don't let a few loud voices dictate the space you've built, right? So I like conversation, so that's why I don't um, block people, because sometimes they'll make a point or have a point that will have me want to look more things up that I did not know about. So I take differing perspectives, and the more differing perspectives I take, I can curate my own, my thoughts and how I feel about a particular subject. And a lot of things that someone say, if they not necessarily negative, but that poses a view that I can have a view in my pocket that I know they were going to say, that I've already based and researched. That way I can respond to them easily, right? If they present an argument that you've never heard because you're blocking people, you may not, have that perspective in your pocket to address it, right? So I don't normally block people, but you can block people, right? It's your community. You choose who you want around you. You choose the type of space and the type of people that you want in your community. And if you don't want negative comments in your community, block them, delete them, right? If you don't like anger and discontent and all that stuff, block them, delete them. You have a nice, happy space. You choose the community that you have. So that's about it. So if you're ever thinking about creating content, I hope this helps you. I hope that you don't worry. I know you may worry, but as soon as you jump in front of this camera, I'm going live right now, right? I can stutter. I can make different mistakes. I can be looking to the sky, thinking about what my words are going to be. But the more I do it, right, the better I'm going to get at it. And that's what I'm counting on. I'm counting on that human nature that we're creatures of habit. And the more we do something, the better we get at it. So I don't want to edit my videos because I want to spend time with my kids. I want to spend time with my wife, right? So I don't want to spend hours editing content to get this content out. But I do know the best way to get it out is to put it out like immediately. So I'll just speak to the camera, go live, and do it whether I make mistakes or not, because I don't care about my mistakes. I care about getting the content out, right? So and you'll get to that point as you start making content, all right? Because I remember my first time making content, like my first video, I did like one line like 20 times because I felt like I kept messing up and I never put the video out, right? So now I'm to a point after doing this for so many years where I just turn the camera on, let's go. All right. If I stumble over my words, so what? Doesn't matter, right? I know that people may or may not be watching this. I know that some things may or may not be important to people. If me stuttering over my words is important to you more so than my message, then this video isn't for you. Go somewhere else. To someone who edits their video, right? But I want to be authentic. I want to be real with you. I want to talk from my heart. straight to you. So that's what I do. And this is what I'm going to do from here forward, right? Because it's simple and it works for me. So once you start creating things, you'll know what works for you and you'll do that more often. You'll get more comfortable with it. So don't worry about negativity. People are going to be negative. Know that, right? Just know how and decide how you're going to respond to it. Your response to that is not, should not be, in my opinion, to hide, right? Not to not to put out your content because you think someone's going to say something about it. Someone is going to say something about it. Know it. So what, right? Put it out. All right. And that's all I want to say to you. I want you to be confident. I want you to be brave. Go ahead, put your content out and do it. Not just because I got a studio. I got the studio so I can tell people to go ahead and make your content. I tell people all the time, you don't need a studio to make your content. Go use your phone. This phone records in 4K, right? My my studio is 1080p. So I have all these cameras, but my switcher box only exports in 1080p. So your phone is more, right? It's more, has a higher resolution than my setup, right? So use your phone, right? If you want multiple cameras to switch and stuff like that, that's a different story. All right. But yes, do your thing. Don't worry about what people, don't worry about the negativity. People are going to say negative things. People are going to say positive things. Focus your attention on the positivity, right? The negativity, you can take it how you want to take it, right? You can form your arguments based off what they're saying. If you disagree with it, right, do your research. That way you can come with the facts, all right? Other than that, don't worry about what people have to say negative about you. Create your content, put your message out there that you want to put out, share what you want to share, especially if you believe you're helping people, right? And just do you, all right? So talk to y'all. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully if you're thinking, hey, I want to make content, but I don't want people talking about me. I don't want this and I don't want the negativity, all right? If you don't want the negativity, if you don't want people talking about you, don't create it, all right? Don't do it because people are going to do it. So realize that. And now if you know that that's going to happen, know that that comes with the territory. What are you going to do with that information? Just go ahead and do it. All right. And just figure out how to deal with the negativity versus trying to avoid the negativity. So, all right. Talk to y'all. Thanks for watching. Ty Ferguson-Bey. I'll see ya. Bye.